For the last few years, I've been obsessed with working out the fastest and most effective way to learn about money and investing. And after loads of research and 24 years of experience, I've discovered a mistake that almost guarantees failure. A mistake most people make every single day. It's called information overload. And if you don't fix it, you'll stay stuck, overthinking every investment decision while never actually building wealth. But don't worry, today I'll show you how to fix this mistake, learn smarter, and start growing your money faster. Let's dive in. The biggest mistake, information overload. Going back to 2019, I read 30 investing books in 6 months, and it served me well. It got me back in the stock market with low-cost index funds. I felt confident enough to choose my own investments without going to see a financial advisor and paying fees that I believe we can all avoid if we put the work in and read a few books. My problem was that towards the end of the year, I became obsessed with learning and started reading a book a week, listening to an audible a week, watching far too many videos on YouTube. And it got to the point where I was burning myself out and I wasn't taking the information on board. A lot of people think to be a successful investor, you need to read every book, watch hours of financial news, and memorize complex strategies before even making a single move. Wrong. Let's say you want to learn MMA, you wouldn't just sit and read about jiu-jitsu and boxing for months and months before throwing a punch. You'd join an MMA gym, learn how to fight, and adjust based on feedback. Well, investing works the same way. If you only consume theory without action, you'll drown in information and never actually gain real investing experience. 2020 was the year I really got my head into crypto. I was reading about it, watching videos, and writing about it in my weekly blog. The problem is that I didn't invest during this period. I did invest in January 2021, my second crypto cycle, and this went much better than my first, as I was able to cash out a huge sum of money. But if I'm being honest, I could and should have been investing all the way through 2020. The secret to learning investing faster. Before I get into learning faster, I want to be transparent and tell you that it took me many years to learn how to invest because I didn't focus on financial education until 2018. But I've learned the hard way so you don't have to. There are many methods to learn faster, but today we'll focus on experiential learning, which comes from direct experience and reflection rather than just reading or listening. It's based on learning by doing, where individuals actively engage in real-world situations, analyze their experiences, and apply what they've learned. The concept was developed by David Cobb, who introduced the experiential learning cycle, which includes 4 stages. Number 1, concrete experience. Engaging in an actual experience. An example would be investing in stocks for the first time. If this is you, I'll leave some videos in the description below that will help you to get started. Number 2, reflective observation. Thinking about what happened, like analyzing why an investment gained or lost value. Like the fact you might earn 15% interest in a given year with your index fund because it's been a bull market for stocks in that particular year. Number 3, abstract conceptualization. Drawing conclusions and forming theories, like understanding risk management and market trends. Don't worry if this is new to you. You're going to get used to this type of language when you start investing. Number 4, active experimentation. Applying the lessons learned in new situations, like refining investment strategies based on past experiences. Like the fact that I decided to invest in index funds in 2019 because I'd previously lost money in individual stocks. I wanted to spread my risk with a low-cost, well-diversified index fund. So you could take this concept and apply it to investing. And you could increase the speed by joining my free investing community. There you'll get all my experience of investing in the stock market in my main course. It takes just 3 hours to complete and will save you literally hundreds of hours. So you take the course inside my free community, then you start the experiential learning cycle I've just covered. This type of learning happens everywhere. Through work, investing, running businesses, managing personal finances, or even through failures and mistakes. This cycle is what turns knowledge into skill. But this is where people get stuck. They think they need to be experts before they start investing. You don't just learn, you act. by experiencing. This sounds good in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, you're going to move on to practical steps that will speed up the learning process. Why fast learning equals better results. Imagine two people, two brothers. We'll call them James and John. James watches 100 hours of investing videos, but never actually invests. But John has the right idea because he watches just one video, invests £50 and learns from experience. Who do you think's going to understand investing better after 1 year? As you might have guessed, it's 100% John. This is because real learning comes from action. If you try to cram loads of info in without doing anything, your brain overloads and freezes. If you're going to invest, maybe take a few weeks to read some books and watch the YouTube videos. Then invest a small amount until your confidence builds. When I first started investing into index funds, I invested £500 per month. This was because I got to the point where I had experience and knowledge. I'd learned from my mistakes, I'd read the books, blah, blah, blah. The trick is to balance new knowledge with real experience, action. How to learn investing the right way. If you want to get your head around investing much faster than me, follow this simple framework. 1. Pick one strategy and stick to it. Are you interested in index funds, property, dividend stocks, or maybe Bitcoin? Pick one and commit to it. For what it's worth, I think low-cost index funds are the perfect start for anyone new to investing. You get to capture the returns of the stock market, potentially beating inflation, which is hugely important, and it's low risk because there are normally several companies within one fund, sometimes even thousands. 2, start small and track everything. Even if it's just £10 initially, start investing now and track what happens. Small wins lead to big confidence. Or you might invest £100 per month for the first year, depending on your finances. 3, avoid distraction. Ignore the noise. The media loves fear and hype. Stick to your plan and avoid panic. I'm very bullish on crypto as we start 2025, despite the market sentiment, despite the fear and uncertainty. This is because I've put several years of hard work into crypto. I've been investing in it since 2017 and I can handle the volatility. Whatever you invest into, try and remain neutral and calm. If you're getting too emotional, do something to distract yourself. Meditate, hit the gym, whatever. What has worked for me is hitting the books, learning how the experts have been successful investors over the last few decades. Experts like Warren Buffett, who gets quoted by literally every YouTuber in my little niche. 4, think long term. When I've made mistakes in the past, a big reason was that I was always in a rush, thinking short term. I didn't like my job in 2010, so I steamed into individual stocks, chasing quick, easy money. It didn't end well. Trust me, I've read enough books to know that successful investors all have the ability to zoom out and think long term. Before we finish and put all of this info into practice, I just want to let you know that I'm not a financial advisor and nothing in this video is financial advice. What this looks like in practice. Let's finish off with a few examples of what all this looks like in actual practice. If you only have 5 hours a week to focus on investing, again, this is just a suggestion of what you might do. For 4 hours, you could learn, and that would be reading, watching videos, or you could maybe take a course. But don't just read for reading's sake. For me, I read an investing book as fast as possible. I speed read. Then, if there's anything I want to learn, I'll copy from my Kindle and paste it into my notes on my iPhone. When I get to the end of the book, I'll review my notes. So I'm actually learning the key info. Did I tell you I have a free course? Well, you could watch that course all about starting to invest in the stock market on 2x speed. So that 3-hour course now becomes 1.5 hours. And again, make notes of the key points. The remaining hour apply. So you could track stocks, analyze your portfolio, make small investments, etc. Speak to other investors, etc., etc. This isn't an exact science, by the way. I'm just trying to drive home the importance of learning and acting. Let's say you can do 10 hours per week. This would be 8 hours of learning, all about investing with the books and the videos, and 2 hours of action to put that knowledge to good use. This might be a few hours spent with your best mate, having a coffee, chewing the fat. During that time, you're teaching him how to buy index funds. using a platform like Vanguard. Like anything, the more you practice, the more investing becomes second nature. Most people who get rich from investing don't do it by consuming loads and loads of information. They do it by starting small, building habits, learning from mistakes, and they act on the information that they do learn. And over time, the money grows exponentially. So here's your challenge. Pick one investing strategy, invest a small amount this week, and come back here on this channel in the comments and let me know how you get on. Summary. If you've been stuck overthinking instead of investing, now you know why. The key to success is to stop cramming information and start applying that knowledge. Let me know in the comments what your next investing step is. And if you want more step-by-step guidance, check out my investing community on School. I have mentioned a few times. The link's in the description. Like and subscribe if you've taken value from this video. And thanks for watching.